You know how you know who your friends are? Is that when you're really in trouble, your friends aren't hard to find. When you're really in trouble, your friends aren't hard to find. When you're really in trouble, your friends are the ones that have got your back, right? When you're really in trouble, they're the people who are there. People talk about, a Marine is someone who runs towards the gunfire. Fuck all that stupid heroic bullshit. Your friends are the people that run to you when you're in danger. Your friends are the people who are there for you when nobody else is. When people that call themselves your friends run from problems you're having, they're not your fucking friends. They're not. They could be a lot of other things. They could want to be your friends. They might want to be your friends in the future. They kind of wanted to be your friend. Or they're your friend in spirit. Well, not really, because spirit is what is sound. Like, my Auntie Janet was never my mom's friend. I think she was as much a friend as she could have been, but she wasn't. She wasn't her friend. My mom's know a lot of people that weren't really her friends. White people have a lot of trouble with that. Really being someone's friend. Okay? Oh, they'll throw birthdays for you. Maybe they'll take you out for a drink when you turn 19 or 21. Not that you really should be doing that, but what is a friend? A friend is not someone that looks at you after you've had some trouble and go, oh, you look like shit. Right? People who love you, people who respect you because they respect themselves. You don't want people to respect you because they're just afraid of you. They don't want you to admire them because you somehow add to their sense of their self and their sense of largesse. You want them to admire you because they want to admire themselves. They want them to admire you because they respect you because they respect themselves. When I say, I like your hair, I'm saying, I like my hair. When I say, you look nice, I'm thinking, I look nice. Complimenting you is complimenting myself. Empathy goes both ways. Let's get out of here. Well, that's an interesting place to take a breath. It's starting to ring a little bit. Not too bad. And here we go. Okay. Well, that's good. 2 big craps today. Wow. Talk about getting it out of your system. Whew. All done. Do you even want to know? Oh, I can't do it. I've told you a few things. I'm scared, man. I don't know what's going on. You gotta help me. Okay? Help me understand. Help me understand. Okay? This isn't the right way to talk for a lesson. This doesn't allow me to defend myself. It doesn't make sense. And we're in camera. You're doing this video. Did you want that? Is that what makes you feel safer? Right? Right? The kind of predators you want to watch out for are cowards. And cowards always have to wear a costume. They wear costumes. They are defended by things that are propped up that excuse them from any moral accountability for what they're doing. That's what a coward is. Right? A coward is someone participating in the war against you. That's a coward. Cowards are people that involve themselves in violence, that allow, the world, culture, is about theater and wearing costumes. And the costumes and lingos and slangs and slanders which we endure, enjoy, prop up, advance, and try to defend ourselves from all at the same time, and therefore each other. So the idea that humans are destroying the earth is really a useless statement. Some people hurt the earth, and the ones who are really doing it do it bad. A lot of the same people hurt us and get us to hurt each other, and that also hurts the earth. So it's a more complex statement than just humans hurt the earth, and that's the only thing you should do. That's like the headline statement of the environmental movement, right? Which gets you to be part of the mask, the ball, which means torture, in sports and in culture. The ball, the torture of the soul, right? So we say the sun is a ball of fire. the torture of the soul. Okay? And when people are involved in the theatrical, which means if they've grown up in trauma, their mind, such as it is equipped to deal with various things that should subsequently remain beyond or beneath your conscious awareness, while you gain in your conscious mind the ability to rationalize anything in the name of your particular side in the war, or in the slander, and so forth. The schizophrenia, the schizoid status that is attained by every motion and change in identity when there is a fundamental twist in the natural ethics and reality of human beings. The actor is a schizoid, right? All plots and all movies and plays are twisted, and they're meant to be. Theater is a twisted place. It's like the church. The stage is a place of torture, right? You're watching representative tortures like Jesus, but you yourself are being tortured. You're being led into a torturous trance. You're being groomed for torture through the persuasive results of your immersive experience in what has never been primarily about entertainment. I can't put it any better. And so in violence, there's groups, and in groups there's cult capacity. In cult capacity there's theater, there's role-playing, there's portrayal. Everyone can be fucking sincere, but look carefully about what their bodies are really saying when they're hurting you. What are they singing with? Are they singing with the truth? Or are they singing with a lie commonly held? And held strong by imperatives of the group and all of its members for their, and even your, and humanity's survival. And then the scapegoat is licked. Their voices removed. Eliminated. As an industrial and psychological imperative, which can never be redressed. Now you have your problem that is never dealt with by any book, movie, or magazine or religion in the entire world for the last 1,000 years. Nor will it ever be. Because fundamentally it enjoys this and the many other Gnostic mechanics which underlie the profound hypnosis of the human race. And every subsequent profession in the economic industry, whatever laudable use or especially aims it might like to proclaim to you and any number of your children for generations. When there is theater and when there's mass, people lower their inhibitions. People lower their inhibitions for a reason, so that they can commit acts of violence. Acts of violence. Like a play has acts. Every act of a play is an act of violence. It's all a theater. And so violence can happen and everyone walks away. They're like, oh well, guess we got our man. Even if you kill the wrong guy, even if the police kill an innocent man, they're like, oh well, it happens. No one gets put in jail. He's the scapegoat. It's okay to kill him. It's okay for doctors to kill people. Just doing their jobs. They're not really responsible for anything they do because they're acting as agents and actors, ministers and singers, managers, right? And mores and moes and morons for the system they work for the economic advantages and the various types of socialized rank which they enjoy. It's a personal power which is predicated upon the ability to hurt people without any moral agency. To pronounce even death upon your family when no such, to pronounce marriage and death in the same breath. Okay? The marriage of true nines is not you and your wife. It's you and your wife with the state that's replaced your parents before you were born. Or should I say, stillborn. This looks dry. Let's go in here for a second. This looks like a nice little cynosure. Huh. Maybe I'll sit here for a bit. This actually looks quite nice. Time for a break. A second. An actor just walks away like nothing has happened. Their violence is unreal. The violence to them is unreal, and so the violence they do to others is commensurately unreal. Unreality becomes the basis of reality. In that your so-called reality leads to violence, it is always unbelievable. The lies you have laundered by believing them, not lies. And so no moral agency has to be sustained by any measure of human activity, despite and especially including all human aims towards goodness and greatness in the world. You basically are measuring out your labors according to death. They are not your own, and therefore you cannot restrain your labors or any multiplicative combination thereof from wreaking an enormous amount of violence upon other people in perpetuity. And that's a problem for me. My labors are my own. If you want to look at me and say, hey, you're fucking rabbits too often, you can do that. You can hold me responsible for my words. You know what I think. You know where I'm coming from. You see what I do all day. Oh shit. Huh. It's a big wall. The actor, like the schizophrenic, is not responsible for what they do under the power of various suggestions which they can entertain, animate, and execute without ever sustaining moral agency. They're but a soldier of the craziest fucking broad that they work with. Okay, let us drink and be merry, for tomorrow is nigh. I was watching a TV show once, and that was the best line I ever heard on TV. I said fun, because tomorrow is nigh. I never have fun. I'm not a fun guy. It's like I'm a mushroom, but I'm not a fun guy. My penis has a mushroom on the end of it. Don't you think penises are mushrooms? I'm not transsexual or gay or anything. I'm just saying my penis has a big red mushroom on the end. It's like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and it's like, I don't want to put it up Santa's ass. And I don't want to use it to guide the reindeer and give children presents. Imagine if your dick was that important. You could just hold it out in front of Santa's like, keep holding it. It's showing us the way. Keep stroking it. You get the best free porn in the world. Okay, you got like virtual lenses like, yeah, all right. Where do you want to go next, Santa? Let's go to the Big Apple, eh? All right. What is wrong with me? I scare myself sometimes. I think, am I supposed to be like some sort of visionary? Am I supposed to be like some soothsayer of my generation? I don't have a generation. I'm the most uncool person in the world. I couldn't be the one, the chosen one. It's weird that people think that way, right? One day I'm going to talk to people and I will show them the way. Well, YouTube has made that impossible. People watch 2 minutes of my YouTube video and goes, I'm not signing up for his workshop. Chronic masturbation made easy. Well, just be me. No, I mean, like, in the white world, you don't know anything unless you go to school. In my world, if you go to school, you'll never know anything. You'll just think you do. It doesn't mean your school is useless, but you only start knowing things when you're honest about where you come from. Now, it's not that you're not. It's not that you're not coming from your roots, your honesty. In a sense, you could look at all human beings, they're most deceived. But in some sense, it's not like humans are deceived, the past is gone, you're fucked, and it's over. Human beings endure deception as a provisional strategy for enduring oppression. It doesn't mean that it's over. It means that everything we do, however stupid we are, is predicated on the next step after that. After you go along with your captors and you've gotten over the idea of falling in love with them and you want something new, now you start scribbling things in the corner about how they're just fucking maniacs, and so is every one of them for listening to them, and how much you want to shrive yourself for the fact that you ever thought this was real and reasonable. Now you're getting somewhere. See, I just ruined it. Look at my nose. I've got really big nostrils. I have a penis. Therefore, I am strong. My penis is totally average. Fuck you. Well, my advice to men with small penises is just find small pussies. You know, I'm guessing every pussy is small to some degree. At least it starts that way. I mean, think about it. Things aren't dropping out of women's pussies while they're walking. I mean, they're closed, right? What you want to do is get them somewhere between closed and open. That's when they're at their best. Surprise them. Oh. Let's go down. Who's it? Ooh, don't sneak like my name. You don't think people are interpreting my safety, and yet you don't think they have time. People who are sick in the pathological sense don't diagnose themselves. If you think you're crazy, you're probably not. The really crazy people don't think they're crazy. They're the guy with no teeth that comes up to you on the street and says, "My dentist hates me. He took out all my teeth." Actually, that does happen sometimes. The thing is that people that do things to poor people don't always get their consent. Your obstetrician could induce you without telling you. People as an industrial hazard, if not worse, people that work with people, medicine, whatnot, obstetrics and stuff, children, they tend to take things for granted. They might see, police see so many people, bus drivers, that you just become an animal. They do that to preserve themselves. And we say, great, because we want you there doing the shit you do. But do you ever notice with teachers and doctors and people, they wouldn't be so bad if they didn't have to work so much and they couldn't have time with people that they enjoy being around, so they don't have to live, you know, moving their way through an ocean and a tide of, you know, the hapless, dirty, filthy masses they have to deal with. If I saw 100 or 30, you know, children every day in a high school class or an elementary school, I'd probably get a little jaded as well. I'd probably get a little fake and weird, you know, because now you're just dealing with horse flesh every day. You might think you care, but you're not their mom and dad, right? And even their mom and dad don't care. Nope. You find ways of falling, like those rocks on the cliff. That's called a metaphor, or a simile. I didn't realize like why they distinguish similes and metaphors. They're like, a simile is a metaphor when something is like something. The moon was a ghostly galleon is a metaphor. The moon moved like a ship through the sky that was kind of ethereal is a simile. I'm like, fuck you. They're both metaphors. A simile is a metaphor for a metaphor. Needless distinctions for 1,000, Alex. This apple cart was turned over. 6 of one ended up over here, and half a dozen of the other ended up this person's asshole. What is Christmas Day, my father, 1969, a few months after the moon landing, when the new tax package came in. Very good. You've got the daily double. Listen to this song, and this composer made this song for his paraplegic concubine during the War of the Pigs. What is Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Here on Crazy Schizophrenic Jeopardy, you're right. Where any answer could be right at any time. It's like...